'Tis the end of the week, and I want to go golfing. Therefore, I will do a trade recap very shortly. And no, I'm not Dr. Seuss. Let me show you guys the live account first. But anyways, just so you understand, today was one of the luckiest days I've ever had in my life. And I'm going to explain why in a second. We were thankful enough to get another win, $121, putting the account at $804. The challenge is absolutely, unequivocally cooking. This is a trade I took today. My bias was completely wrong for the entire, I thought we were going to be bearish just because of the overnight move. And I don't really know why this just shot up like crazy, but we capitalized. The trade itself was a perfect W formation after seeing a small retrace put a higher, like a prominent higher low in, and then a 1 minute failed BPR entry. Stops were right below the most recent low, and this happened, this 1 minute candle, because Mr. Donald J. Trump got denied of his tariffs. Therefore, it shot price up like crazy, and I actually was trying to exit manually on all of my accounts, and I couldn't, but I ended up exiting basically perfectly for a 2R for the day. I was half risk on Friday, as I usually am. And obviously, in hindsight, I was like, oh, I wish I would have gone full risk. Not really. I think that full risk would have been stupid. I mean, this trade was like basically perfect. My first take profit was actually this London high, and then my final take profit was this high of day. And I was planning to leave a runner at the previous day high, but like honestly, once I saw this stuff going on, price was moving so aggressively that there was no reason for me to not just exit manually in all of my trades. So we got a really good win in that sense. Like I said, I was very bearish on the day, so I'll show you guys why. Let's go to the replay mode here so you can see before the open. I forget that I need to go to the bar. I'm going to go at 8. Let's just go like 8.57. That's fine. If you look at the hourly, we see a pretty large move down after reacting off of this hourly for value gap. We are very clearly seeking lower. Prior to the open, we have these two hourly gaps stacked up, so I was hoping, and we were already reacting off of them, so I was just assuming that we were going to rip lower. I thought we were going to go to this previous week low, to be honest with you, but looks like we didn't. So market opens, and let's go to the 5 minute now. Market opens, as you can see, we take out the previous day low right here. We did the same thing on NASDAQ. There was nothing much to react off of this whole range, so I didn't really see why we could jump higher. I thought we were just making a retrace up into this 5 minute gap before we, moved lower. And obviously, in retrospect, this looked like a really fantastic trade right here. This is, what I would say is the most perfect M I've ever seen. So it's like down, up, new higher high being put in instead of the lower high. And I honestly, I wish I would have taken it. I didn't because I had open range move. We had news at 9:45. I think if I see another setup just like this present itself, but they usually don't, I would take it as long as it maintained my rules. But yeah, so as you can see, we just kind of shot up like crazy. Flipped this 5 minute, basically was like, okay, once I saw this just like aggressive push up, like aggressive move up, I'm like, all right, I'm just going to wait for some type of retrace. And if we want to be bearish, because remember, we have these hourly gaps right here. If we want to be bearish, then we will be bearish and we will disrespect this 1 minute. We will make our lower low. Like I was ready to take the following trade. So in this plan right here, boom. Okay, we're disrespecting bullish order flow. And I'm thinking, okay, we're either going to make a higher high off of this, and I'm going to enter off of that, or we're going to make a lower low below this prominent low right here, in which I'm going to take a short. What ends up happening is we don't ever make that prominent low. Nothing to tell us, okay, yeah, this is the time to move. We make a very solid higher low, and then we get a good strong closure above this 1 minute failed BPR right there, meaning that we enter our trade. So I can show you guys the drawings now. We enter our trade right there, as you can see. And what ends up happening after, it's luck. This was absolutely lucky. I obviously, I don't know how to explain this. Like this was lucky. If this was the other way around, I would have gotten absolutely destroyed. I do think my trade was good. I 100% think my trade was good. I didn't know the news were coming out. It was like such a random set of news. I don't think anybody did. But thankfully, it went in my direction. So I got my two evals really good. I got them very much, very healthy, like really, really healthy. I'll show you guys the profits right now. So I got my both my evals really healthy, and then my funded accounts, I'm back up to essentially no drawdown or like buffer. So I'm just gonna keep trading well and then take a payout in 5 days. And yeah, I mean, as you can see, this is my P&L for the day. I called this out on Twitter. I obviously posted this on Twitter. This is I called it out on Discord, which I'm gonna pull up right now. So on Discord, as you can see, my bias was bearish. I thought we were gonna continue lower because we were ripping lower. I didn't think that we were gonna move higher. And then I said I'm gonna wait for 9:45 news, given the move. And then once I saw the move, I was like, well, with news like this, with moves like this, I don't see why we wouldn't take the high of day and London highs. So I just want to see a retrace, but it doesn't look like we want it. I was at the time. Then I called out my long here at 10 a.m. and then, no idea what happened. So really good. Honestly, one of the best weeks. One of my best weeks ever. I don't believe I lost this entire week. I got break even yesterday and I won every other day. So it's super, super, super good week. We did have one less trading day, obviously, because Monday wasn't open, but this is really setting up for something good. I think I want to start getting the ball rolling a little more. I'm gonna get these two new accounts passed, and once I do, I'm gonna have 4 accounts, which means that I can keep stacking and stacking and stacking. I've also heard of a new project that is coming out, which is essentially the same thing as Project X, but the really good part about this and what I'm really interested in is supposed to let you copy trade between Tradify and Lucid, which are the two firms that I was going to trade with anyway. So I think if I can get a 5 stack on Lucid and then I can get a 5 stack on Tradify, I'm going to use that platform in order to trade, because having a solid trade copier within the broker is so much better than using any trade copier out there. That's why I like using Tradeovate so much, is because it's just like so instant. It works so well. So that's probably what I'm going to start doing in the future. All right. I'll leave the trade recap at this. Nothing much else to say. Really good week. Took a payout. I'm gonna take another payout very soon, most likely, and we'll keep the ball rolling. Everything is done live, and obviously Discord down in the description as always. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.